Good evening, everyone. This is Gil at Camppatton Family Compound. With me this evening, we have Tammy at Rebel Planners and Mark at ChefTech. And it is time for the Monday Night Fireside chat. And tonight's topic is food preservation, Q&A, and whatever you want to ask us about. All right? And let's go. And here we all are.
Hey, we got mobile Tammy and almost late Mark.
I am in the back seat, so.
And barely got rid of the grandkids, Gil. They all went across the street. So should not be any noise in the background. The only option is if Eli starts to get agitated, my daughter should bring him over here. I got the movie Up, the Disney movie Up, and was sitting there in the living room waiting for her just in case, because he likes that one, and we'll see if the one I bought works. Oh, so
you didn't preview it yourself for a couple hours just to watch it, because I know you love those movies.
No, I didn't. I was outside working and working. I finally found where I put the one water line outside for the gardens in the front, and I got that all exposed. So because right now the post with all the valves on it, I mismeasured, and it's 2 feet outside the property line towards the street. So oops. I moved it back in, and I'm also going to raise it up so I'm not having to get down on my hands and knees to set the time. But let's go say hi to everybody that's in here so far. And first one in was Crew 1351. Second was Prepared For. Then Shady Hill Homestead. Then Mark popped in, said hi. And Geeky Gardens is in here. Kaylin Strain is in here. And, of course, CB at Hugo Homestead.
Home friends.
And let's see.
I think Tammy's right. Are you in the back of a pickup truck? That looks like a nice pickup truck.
Yes, I'm in the back of a nice pickup truck. I just got 3 cords of wood day before yesterday, and another cord of wood given to me. We had to go pick up with the dump.
Sweet.
Trailer.
Excellent. And so did I say
coming
Geeky Gardens?
fast.
Yep.
Yeah, I said Geeky Gardens, and we just had Sanch pop in here too. So we're doing good, and we got a few others that are lurking. Hey, lurking is fine. Listening, you don't have to say much, but we would appreciate it. Whoever's channel you're on, hit the thumbs up, and at least say listening or driving if you can, and it's safe to do so. Don't want you getting a wreck, typing in there, I'm driving. So
I'm not driving. I'm a passenger.
Yeah. All righty. With some of the questions we've been getting in the last couple of weeks, hang on. Got to get some Ricola here. Oh, man. And the wind started picking up again, and a whole new layer of pollen came through the area. I was outside working. It's like, what the? Oh, crap. And it's taken a while for the Claritin and the other one to take effect. Stop it. So I'm still going to be coughing here. And Prepper for the Ages came in. Ooh. Got out the pressure canners. Zucchinis are covered with flowers. Excellent.
I got a new pressure canner this week. I'm very excited. It's from the 1930s or 1940s. It's an all-American style, probably made by same company, but it's Ward's. not Montgomery wards, because it predates Montgomery being part of wards. It's a wards canner.
Has it got the big metal thumb screws on it?
Yep, I saw the picture.
Oh, I didn't see it yet. I'm just guessing because I've seen a couple of those. I'm like, yeah, a little too old for me to use.
It's a small one. I'm going to do some work on it and have it ready to go. But the guy I got it from was 78. It was his mother's. He said it's always been there. It predates him.
So it's not all corroded and nasty, and it'll probably seal if you just clean
like
it up.
Mint. No, it's just like mint.
Wow.
She was using it right up until this year.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wow, what a score.
Yeah.
So, and all right. So, Victoria Grant just came in on your side, Tammy.
Hi.
No. All right. Quick answer to that one. No. They could be freeze dried. You can't can scrambled eggs. Not that I've ever heard of.
They turn green. People try to, but they turn green, and I'm not a fan of even Dr. Seuss's green eggs and ham.
I was just gonna say you could do the Dr. Seuss jar, but
Yeah.
All right. Sandy says harvesting about half of my Egyptian walking onions. Made the small ones into
Mirepoix.
Yeah, sauteed onions put into the freezer. Now making the bottom larger onions into
Mirepoix,
which I will freeze. Cool.
PWOA.
You can can that too. I do a lot of it with onions, carrots, celery, and can it so I have it.
Now, if you take if you make cowboy candy and you have brine left over, amend the brine up a little bit, add some more sugar to it and throw your onions in there, and you get spicy onions for your burgers. And I did that for my friend's daughter.
Excellent. Interesting thing for me for future stuff here. We picked when my wife was here several weeks back. We picked all the onions, laid them out, and it was in an area that I totally forgot about. Went walking around there, and it's like, holy moly, they're all big old puff balls of seeds getting ready to release.
Oops.
So it's like, okay, I'll just take those, and later this summer, put all those seeds out in the front yard, out there in the new garden out there, amongst the pumpkins and everything else, and whatever comes up will overwinter, and we should have probably a couple hundred onions.
That'd be good. You can let them go to seed, but the onions themselves are still good.
Yeah, we will. I will then get once I get the seeds off, I will call my daughter over and say, "All right, here you go. Do not feed them to the chickens, though."
Why not? You pre-brine your chickens with onions.
Yeah. The carrots, a few carrots I showed in the one video that I had out front. They've doubled the top. They wintered over. The tops have doubled in size as far as height and thickness and everything. And it is just all these puff balls of carrot flowers on top, and the bees and the sweat flies, everything just all over it constantly. So I'm gonna have a whole bunch of carrot seeds too. So right now it's going to be okay. I know where I'm going to put all those carrot seeds. I'm going to put them in the planters along the driveway, and hopefully they'll get carrots to come up before the fall freeze, and they'll winter over. And then in the spring, I can plant when the carrot gets up about this tall. I can plant peppers next to them, because peppers and carrots go good together, and it provides a little windbreak for the young peppers coming up to protect them from the 35 to 60 mile an hour winds we get here. So chat, you guys got any questions? Yeah. Don't be afraid to there's no such.
I think most of the people in the chat have been on us for so long, they're kind of out of questions. They're just waiting for fun things to talk about.
Remember, the only dumb question is the one you say, I shouldn't answer that. I shouldn't ask that. I'll just not do that. And so that's the dumb question.
Yeah.
When you answer it, or sorry, when you ask it, we can answer it. Somebody's going to learn something, including yourself.
I got another 6 dozen fresh eggs coming Saturday.
Ooh.
I'll be cracking most of those up and straining them out, adding my little bit of salt water to it, and throwing them in the freeze dryer. I gave one jar to one of my wife's friends who wants to do a freeze dryer. Didn't understand eggs. Watched my video, and I gave her. I was like, "Here, give this to her."
98.91.
And she's so far. She's like, "I served them to my husband. He had no idea they were freeze dried." I was like, "Right. You just don't have to add salt to it because there's enough in there. You don't have to add salt to them. It just makes them freeze dry better and rehydrate."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pit stop.
That's your basic
We're at the
soup
Dollar
stock.
General.
Any kind of stock you're gonna make soup. That's your basic celery, carrots, and onions.
So, yeah, so that looks like it. That to me that screams can me, and your dinner's ready to start quicker.
That screams pretty much everything.
Yeah,
and you modify a volume of each one depending on what you're making, but yeah, and how you cut it. I mean, just making basic stock. You just chunk them up and throw them in.
Yeah. With what's going on here, I have not been able to do as much
Cooking.
food preparedness and processing and freezing and stuff and canning because I got at least 2 grandkids over here most of the time. Sometimes I have 3 grandkids over here. Like today, I had all 3 in the morning. Then one of them went with his mom because he had a doctor's appointment. And then when he got back, he came over. They all tried to run over there. They all got sent back home. Eli's over there. He was starting to get agitated because they all came running through the door screaming. And you don't do that with someone who's autistic. You don't just run in and start screaming stuff. And so they've been over here. But I did get the boys to staff for this afternoon to help me do some work. We moved my wife's composter she gave me from an area she didn't want it in to an area that's going to work a little bit better. And moved all the compost, turned the compost into big wheelbarrows and put it into the new one and stuff. And then I found in one of my tubs out front that had a few worms in it when my wife was here, and I dumped a bunch of the compost I got, the big truckloads. I dumped a couple shovelfuls of compost in there, mixed it up. That thing has so many friggin' worms in there. It looks like a
worm farm.
Making hamburger. Like I got so many worms. I go pick it up and just worms are just falling out of my hand. So it's like, okay. So I got one of my gray busting tubs. I just loaded up with worms, went around to the different planters and start, digging a hole, dumping worms in all over the place.
Yeah, as long as you got food for them in there, they're happy.
Oh, on most of the planters, I've added 4 to 6 inches of manure compost to it.
Yeah, no, you need other compost like, garden scraps and stuff like that for them to eat and do their thing. They like that.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, so I haven't had a chance to do as much as I wanted to. But when the next time the staff session comes up, which looks like it's going to be at the, probably near the end of July. Yeah, we're going to do a lot of canning of beef. Either taco meat or go ahead and do a bunch of stew meat and probably a bunch of make some pulled pork and can that. Pulled beef because the pot roast. When I cook the pot roast, I finally found where I stashed the big crock pot. I can put 3 pot roasts in that sucker. And when I do it with, I'll take a couple cups of taco seasoning, a couple cups of dehydrated diced onions, and a cup of garlic granules in there. Just put all that in there, and then if for the stuff I'm eating, I put a lot more salt in it. And we have one came in on your side there, Cammy. And with that, when I slow cook the pot roast in there for about 6 hours, and when I take it out, I got to get 2 of my big spoons to lift each one out so it doesn't fall apart in the crock pot. And it's just absolutely heavenly tasting. The grandkids will walk by, especially Danny. He'll walk by, Grandpa, what's that? And he grabs a chunk and shoves it in his mouth. But yeah, I've done a lot of taking that stuff and weighing it out into 1 pound batches and freezing it. The grandkids, a couple of them, like to have it when I unfreeze it and stuff, heat it back up a little bit, and get the French rolls and put barbecue sauce in there and just mash it on there. Oh yeah, they'll say, I'll take half. They get it done. You go, is there another half I can have? So yeah, that's something that I haven't seen a lot of people on your page, Tammy, on the Rebel Canners Facebook page, talking about doing canning pot roast.
I did. Way back when, like 8 years ago, I posted it.
Kind of more a winter thing. We do it more in the winter.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Frenchie asked, she needs a recipe for cowboy candy. Yes, I'm actually looking at my recipe, but I can't type it all in the chat. So I know it's on. If you go to Rebel Canners, Tammy's got it. So just put in cowboy candy recipe. There's probably like 10,000 of them. Most of them are the same. It's about 1.5 pounds of sliced jalapenos, 2/3 of a cup of cider vinegar, 2 cups of sugar, 2 tablespoons of mustard seed, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and 1/4 teaspoon of celery seed. The procedure I'm not going to get into, but that's your base brine recipe. It's basically bread and butter pickle brine.
Yeah. Chop up your peppers and then boil your brine, put your peppers in your jar, brine on top, and then water bath them.
Oh, I don't do that. I boil the brine, simmer it down, let it reduce for like 5 minutes. I'll throw in all the sliced peppers into the brine. Yeah. Then pull them out with a slotted spoon and put them into jars. Then that way they get smaller.
Yeah, you're right. Because otherwise they shrink too much. Forget what I said. They shrink too much.
Yeah. And then just top off, leave a 1/4 inch headspace, half pints, 15 minutes. That's what I got written here. So, but do your research. Water bath, not pressure can.
I do have a video if you want to watch it.
There you go. Probably where I got the recipe from. I just write shit down. So it's easier for me to remember than go and look for videos later.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's something to do during the wintertime. If it's storming out, you can't go out work in the garden, and you're just like, oh, I guess I'll read a book. Wait a minute, I'll go look at some of Tammy's videos, get the recipes, write them down, and get them ready for when I need to use them. There.
Yeah. Or stop, pause the video if she puts the written one up there, screenshot it, and print it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the iPads and iPhones and stuff these days, you can actually it'll recognize text on a picture. And you can copy paste the text and put that in Notepad or whatever and print that. So, and then when you're done with your cowboy candy, you're always going to have extra brine. So go slice up a few red onions, really super thin, throw them back in the brine, although it'll be a little bitter because you got most of the sugar out, went with the peppers. Add a little more sugar and some vinegar to it. Throw the onions in there and pack those in jars and throw them in a water bath for the same period of time. And now you got hot and spicy red onions for like hot dogs and burgers and stuff.
Okay, you just made me think of something.
Uh-oh.
What about taking that brine and pickling cucumbers?
Sure. But you got to understand, after you've already thrown the hot peppers in there, number one, it's hot, but it gets very, very thin, watery. It's not as thick as it was. So I always amend it back up again. And the acid count's probably fine, but I always add a little bit more vinegar and a little bit more sugar just to get it so it's like it looks nice and briny. And I'll add some more mustard seed and turmeric into it. With that, that's not a specific measurement. I actually don't use a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. I probably use a teaspoon and a half. And mustard seed, I probably use like 2 tablespoons because we love the mustard seeds in there.
And I take that leftover brine and I throw it on that roast, and I put that in the crock pot for the next day's meal.
Yeah. Now you can do lots of marinade. You can do all kinds of stuff with that. You can marinate chicken. I tried marinating just chicken breast in the leftover brine. Didn't come out that good because it was too vinegary or so. I forget what happened.
Yeah, you need.
So I'm like,
sometimes you have to add a little more sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, just so much good stuff to try here. It's just like,
Yeah, you go crazy. I did that for like 4 years. Every time I saw something, I just went out and canned it. I'm like, ooh, what a great idea. Let me can that. Ooh, cake. Let me can that. Ooh, brownies. Let me try canning that. Ooh, let's try canning bread. Oh, I did all that just to do it. Did I do it? Yeah. Did it work? Sure. Am I going to keep doing it? Probably not, but I know I can do it if I have to.
Yeah.
And I post a new recipe. I try to post a new recipe just about every day. So,
yeah,
on my community tab.
My wife is getting big into sourdough breads, since you said breads.
Yep.
And she's going through all the different ones. And of course, being in the San Francisco Bay Area, there are several San Francisco sourdough icons that she's trying stuff. But of course, those ones also cost more money for their loaves in the store than some of the other ones. But yeah, she's trying different ones, and she wants to see if she can get some starter that tastes similar to theirs when cooked. So
they're not going to sell it to you.
My friend Linda, the sourdough starter that we published last is hers. It is the easiest recipe. So like if you're just getting started in it, it is very forgiving. It's not high maintenance, and it tastes the best of any sourdough recipe I've ever tasted.
Question on that.
Very adaptable.
All right, so I got a question on that. I've got, we have regular flour, which we have, frozen, kept, away, so, but we also have some of the Icorn ancient grain flour. Now, when I've tried to use that in the bread machine, it starts going up, and we're halfway through the baking thing, and it goes whoop in the top and just collapses all the way down.
Because
so much yeast in there.
Yeah.
Your yeast is specialized to eat a certain thing.
Yeah.
So like if you get a sourdough starter or a dough starter for rye bread, it's not going to do well with white. And I think you've probably got the same thing going on. Your yeast is not adapted to survive on the older grains, and you may need a special yeast.
Well, I think it might be if it goes that high and then drops. That means it's a giant. The air bubbles are huge because it overate.
Well, here's the thing: it's
too much yeast.
It
didn't rest. You probably have to pound it down and rest it. A bread machine is not your best friend when it comes to doing certain things.
Yeah,
you're best off letting it rise, and if it rises really fast, pound it down again. Don't do the one time.
Are you using rapid yeast for the design for bread machines, or are you using regular yeast?
I have both. I've tried both the rapid and the regular yeast, and I've done it both with the regular, gold medal flour, and I've done it with the ancient grain flour, and it rises to the same point in the bread machine. And then, like I said, when it starts cooking and stuff, it drops. And I've even tried it in a bread pan, put it in the oven, and it was up there, and it blew. So I'm not sure whether there's something wrong with the ancient grain flour, or
no. If you got that much air in it, it's probably fine. but the yeast ate so much of it, it over CO2'd it, basically. I mean, CO2 is basically yeast farts. I mean, so you gave the yeast a bad case of gas.
Yeah. So cut the yeast in half and the sugar in half.
I wouldn't cut the yeast in half, but if you're making it in the bread pan, how many times did you let it rise? Twice or once?
I let it rise twice after I took it out of the bread machine. The bread machine mixed it up, and then I took it out and I rolled it out. I rolled out a little bit, pounded it down, and did the stuff on it that I used to do as a teenager with my mom. We were doing bread.
You may want to do it one after you pound it down into a bowl, and just leave it there and cover it up in a warm place. Let it rise again. If it rises really fast and really big, you need to pound it down again.
Okay.
And then roll it up and put it in your bread pan and let it rise, and then throw it in the oven, or throw it in the oven as it just don't let it rise all the way. That might have been your issue.
Yeah.
If you let it completely rise really big in the bread pan, then you had huge bubbles in there and then when it baked, it made those bubbles even bigger.
Yeah.
So there's a whole science behind it, but I would play with it.
Okay. Frenchie says my daughter's favorite is dilly beans.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I've never heard of dilly beans.
They're dill
pickling green beans.
Okay.
But has anybody here ever seen their garlic turn blue? I have. Tammy has.
I have a lovely green garlic.
Yep, bluish, like light blue and like seafoam blue and seafoam green. It's a reaction with the vinegar when you do it in a big jar. And when I do garlic dills, and we do it in like a gallon jar, and that's more of a ferment than anything else. But it's hot brine over the well-cleaned pickles with the dill and the garlic in there and all the other stuff. And we just dump it in the jar and let it sit, throw it in the fridge. And in like 2 days, we pulled it out and looked, and we freaked out the first time it happened. We called a friend of ours who was a realtor who gave us the recipe. I was like, why did my garlic turn blue? That poor woman didn't stop laughing for like 20 minutes. We thought we had like poisoned garlic. I mean, all the words came out of our mouth. And she explained, she's like, it's a reaction, a chemical reaction with the enzymes in the garlic and then the vinegar and all the other stuff. And it turns it blue. And after about a week, it turned back to garlic again. So it's really cool.
So that's a good thing to hear about the garlic stuff on that. Changing colors a bit, it goes back again. Let's see. Any other questions on stuff, folks?
I may be out of service area when we dump this load. If you lose me, I'll come back when I'm back in service. Just an FYI.
Okay.
We're getting close to the property.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I want to be able to do since my wife is really is getting into sourdough being healthier than anything else you buy in the store. Thinking about trying to do sourdough here that makes that so I can slice it up into sandwich bread for the grandkids, especially for Eli. See if we can get him to if he likes getting to like sourdough and get him healthier bread. Just
don't use the word sour.
Yeah.
With any of those kids ever. That we did that. My parents tried that with me. They're like, it's sourdough bread. I'm like, ew. And I immediately hated it, never tried it.
Yeah.
So most kids are like that. I mean, you tell them you give it some name, they won't eat it just because of the name. And they'll never forget it. So just call it, hey, it's Grandpa's homemade bread.
Yeah. One of the things that's interesting, it started with Daniel, who's number 3. He's the mini me. I'm number 3 among my brothers and sisters. He's number 3 of my grandkids. He started to he's been liking what he calls his bacon sandwiches, which is an English muffin, toasted, butter put on it, a slice of cheese on one side, and some bacon on the other side, and fold it together. And he saw the little jar of garlic over there by the toaster, and he goes, "What's that?" I go, "That's garlic." And so I made an English muffin and with butter, and I just sprinkled a little garlic on it. Here, you want to take a bite of that? And he goes, yeah, and he grabbed both of them, both halves of it. He goes, and he goes taking off to watch TV. So I made myself another one. He comes in, can I have another one?
It wasn't fresh. It wasn't fresh garlic. It was just granulated garlic or
granulated garlic,
pizza garlic.
But when he started doing that, then Oliver goes, "What's Danny having?" I told him he's having a toasted English muffin with butter and some garlic on it. Like the garlic your mother sprinkles on your and with the Parmesan cheese on the pasta noodles. Oh, can I have one?
Sure.
Then
let me run out and buy 10 dozen more English muffins.
Yeah, Oliver's the youngest. Now, Aiden's number 2, and he hates spicy stuff until we sneak it in on him. But he doesn't like spicy stuff. And he saw the other 2 eating it, and he goes, "Can I have some?" And he goes, "Just put a little garlic." So I put a little on there. Next one, can you put a little bit more garlic on it? Put a little more garlic on it. Put a little more garlic. Okay, that's enough. That's perfect.
It's like I know I've told this before. All my girls were growing up. Everybody had Kraft mac and cheese. We'd make 2 boxes of it, and my wife would always throw in like 2 slices of American cheese to get a little extra cheesy, which is not cheese, but it's kids. Yeah. And we would put in like 4 drops of Frank's hot sauce and a little garlic powder. Well, the kids knew about the garlic powder. They knew about the cheese, never knew about the hot sauce. And they were like, "This is so good." And one of my oldest went to college. She calls mommy. She's like, "I literally made mac and cheese just like you did. There is something missing." And Laura's like, "You sure you want to know?" And she's like, "Oh no, what is it?" She's like, "Frank's hot sauce." She freaked out at first. She's like, "Really?" It's like, "Yeah, 4 drops. You don't know what's in there. It just opens your taste buds up, makes it taste better." And so she went out and bought Frank's hot sauce, put like 2 or 3 drops in there. And Aiden was like, "Oh my God." And her boyfriend her husband. He tried. He's like, "This is the best ever." Basically, the whole college was making mac and cheese with Frank. The store sold out of Frank's hot sauce.
Yeah.
Everybody was buying Frank so they can make, Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah. That happens too at a lot of colleges. One thing will start out and it'll just spread through the whole college.
Oh, yeah.
Up here at Rick's, well, formerly Rick's, now BYU Idaho. My daughter was up there same time as one of the venture scouts from 1351 was up there, and she got something from a friend of hers in Montana. I forget, something or other dipping sauce.
Right.
And it just went absolutely, she got it and tried it and then shared it, and it just went through the entire university up there.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. Hang on here just a second. I'm getting
McCormick. Is it? I think it's McCormick. They made something called jalapeno popper, like mix for sprinkling on stuff. Well, somebody bought some and made, one of my wife's friends made just like, instead of French onion soup, it was just sour cream and a little bit of mayonnaise, added just this to it. I was like, oh my God. So what did my wife do? She bought like 20 bottles. They discontinued it right after she bought it. So they're all wrapped up. I actually got to take them out of their cellophane wrap, put them in jars and throw an O2 absorber in there just to keep them from continually losing their flavor over time, which they will.
Yeah. Well, I got grandkids coming back.
Uh-oh.
All right. Sending Oliver and Danny back. Danny 8. Oliver's being a loud brat. Yeah. He's the baby. He's going to be a loud brat. Eli is telling us he's overwhelmed by them. So she's getting them out of there before he goes, off the deep end again. Yeah.
Good time. Tammy's unloading her pile of firewood right now, so she didn't lose signal yet. Her I got pressure canner still there.
Yeah. The one of the things that Eli, the oldest one who has autism, he likes hot sauce. He likes hot chocolate. He likes his Hot Pockets really hot, but he also likes hot sauce. He likes the chips and salsa, not the mild, not the medium. He wants
fire.
the fire ones. I made some just plain cheese quesadillas, and my daughter told me he likes hot stuff like that. And he was in there when I was doing it, watching, and I grabbed the chipotle Tabasco sauce. Give a couple drops all around it, spread out nice and even, not soaking it in it. Popped it in there, did it. He took a bite, thinking it was going to be like regular quesadilla. And he came back 30 seconds later, more. So I had to make another one for him. Yeah.
Throw a little more hot sauce on it. That'll quiet him down for a bit.
No, it didn't. He's like, and he came back. He said, better. Hey, dude.
Okay.
I'm like, you must have inherited that from my father. Because my dad would sit there and eat jalapeno and other peppers and just eat them. You know?
That's like growing up, I didn't like anything spicy. I didn't even like black pepper on my food. And like my mom would be like, oh, put salt and pepper. I was like, no, just salt. You need some pepper on it. Tastes good. I'm like, no, I didn't like it. And but then at some point, all of a sudden, the only thing I put it on was my when I make like a cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise sandwich, like maters and mayo. Make that say, oh no, then I was putting pepper on it. That was different. But then I started putting pepper on everything. Now it's like I can't get enough pepper. I put that crap on everything. That, unless it needs hot sauce, I do that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like pepper. The only thing my mom and my grandmother could figure out when my grandmother was still alive, because she passed away just before I got married. She had met my wife, and from the time I met my wife till we got married, my grandmother had passed away. But they couldn't figure out why I would not eat pepper on anything until I met my wife, and she said, just try it, pull your head out and try it. It's like, okay, this isn't bad. I think she put pepper in some mashed potatoes.
There you go.
Lightly, a little white pepper in there and just a light little, and then she started adding a little bit more. I'm not a heavy pepper user, but there are things now I say, okay, this is better with a dash of pepper in it.
Right.
Now, I'm putting dashes of or shakes of the chipotle Tabasco sauce in a lot of stuff.
Well, that's not black pepper. Like when I made a wife bought me some burgers for Father's Day, and I grabbed the pepper grinder and I turn it on as coarse as I can get it, short of whole peppercorns falling out, and I mash it into these burgers, and they were prime rib burgers. I just mash it in there and throw it in the skillet and fry it. Oh man, that and some butter. Oh yeah, cracked pepper burgers.
Yeah. I have not heard of this. This is Scotch bonnet.
You've never heard of Scotch bonnets? They're up there. They're up there with scorpions and some of the other, 8 billion Scoville peppers.
Yeah, I've heard of ghost peppers and all some of the other ones and stuff.
I told you I made cowboy candy one year for my friend up the road. He has no taste buds. He loved my cowboy candy. He's like, tastes like sugar water. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, tell you what, if I get you peppers, will you make me? I was like, sure. So he dropped these 2 big sandwich brown bags on my porch of Scotch bonnet and habanero. And I was like, you sure? He's like, yep. Dude, I tell you, after I cut them up, I was wearing gloves, glasses. I cut these peppers up. When I threw them in the brine, I always like to smell it. It took me 10 minutes to learn how to breathe again. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I packed them in jars and made them up. I mean, I made them for him. That was it. All the pots and pans I used, I had to wash them like 10 times. Yeah. And I gave it to him, went over his house like a week or 2 later. And I was like, go ahead, open one. He opened it up. He ate a half a pint in about a minute and a half. And his wife is just shaking her head. She's like, something wrong with him. He just can't get enough hot stuff. He can drink Tabasco sauce and be like, yeah, you got something better.
Yeah. Okay, so Scotch bonnet pepper, highly pungent, incredibly spicy chili pepper native to the Americas, famous for its distinct bonnet shape and fruity tropical flavor. Staple of the Caribbean and West African cuisine. Provides the signature heat dishes behind the dishes like jerk seasons and pepper sauces. Ranges from 100 to 100,000 to 350,000 Scoville.
Yep.
Makes it about 12 to 140 times hotter than a typical jalapeno.
Yep.
And some jalapenos, it's like there's nothing to it. You grab one from a different plant, it's like, oh my, yeah.
It's all in what was in your soil too. There's a lot of that.
Yeah. So that's, I've never heard of those, but yeah, that's they look, you know,
they look very nice.
Yeah.
My friend, that was probably the other reason why I didn't like hot things. My friend growing up, he was Dutch. His father made his own chili sauce, and he had those super thin, long, red chili peppers grown in the garden. Well, my friend he would just eat them. He loved them. And he's like, here, try one. I was like, oh, okay. I always tried everything. I put one in my mouth. My mouth was burning for like a week. I was crying. He was laughing his ass off. I'm like, I hate you. And he was my best friend growing up. I'm like, I hate you. He still tells me that every now and then. He's like, want some peppers? I was like, shut up.
Okay. Interesting. Amazon has two varieties of it. Listed. One is just a non-GMO plain one, and the other one is a Jamaican Scotch bonnet pepper.
Are we talking seeds on Amazon or the actual peppers?
Seeds. Okay. So you can grow it yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I wouldn't. I would. Unless you're really into painfully hot, I wouldn't waste my time.
Yeah.
Grow something you're going to eat, not something for the fun of it.
Yeah. That's yeah, I'm just looking at it. It's like maybe you'll make it nice little sauces to paint the top of the fence that the squirrels love to run on to get over to the apricot tree.
Yeah, sure. So fun fact, I know I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you're cutting any kind of hot pepper, I don't care if it's a Hungarian Hungarian wax, hot wax, or jalapenos, or Scotch bonnets, or some other kind of hot pepper. If you get it on your hands, if your glove breaks or whatever, obviously don't touch any other part of your body, like none of them.
Yeah.
Go get a pan, put warm water in it, half a gallon, 1 tablespoon of bleach. Sounds weird. Do that. Put your hands in it, just rub them around, and the pain goes away.
Yeah. Well, same thing about we would take a gallon of water and put a 1/4 cup of bleach in it and mix it up and put it in little squirt bottles when we work construction in poison oak country. And get home, first thing we do is, pants and everything would go off in the washer, shirt go off in the washer, go in, hop in the shower, squirt yourself down and rub that down on it, and then turn the water on and rinse it off. The bleach breaks the oil down in the poison oak, and does the same thing for the oil in the
peppers and stuff. And it'll absorb into your skin. Now, is it good for your body to do that? Probably not. I mean, you don't have that much bleach, chlorine, or
Yeah, it's not that. It's just that you don't feel your skin getting funky like you did. You accidentally get bleach straight on it.
Bleach is an acid; it just starts to eat your skin.
Yeah. But yeah, it worked for that. And says the mixed colors pepper
grinder. Yeah, you get the red, white, and black peppercorns. Throw them in a grinder, mix them up. Oh yeah. Put on coarse grind, make a 3 peppercorn sauce out of it. Then, and yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Hang on a second, I got a holler over my shoulder.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's like I said, I started using the Chipotle Tabasco sauce on the quesadillas. I've been spicing up some of the hot sauces I like to get. So I'll use some of those with the chips and stuff. And I figure, this needs just a little bit of kick. Okay, 6 drops in there, mix it up. Okay. Now it's not. It's a different flavor than the mediums or the hots, but it's still mild enough that the grandkids will eat it.
Right.
Yeah. So it's slowly getting them used to some of the hot sauces and stuff. Daniel put hot sauce. I put Tabasco sauce, the Chipotle Tabasco sauce, on his thumb. Licked it clean. I'm like, you little turd.
Next time, go get a scorpion pepper and stick it on his thumb.
No, I don't want to do that to him.
Then he'll be screaming when he rubs his eyes and everything else, and the whole body's burning at that point.
Yeah. Thing is, though, we put regular Tabasco on his mother's thumb to get her to stop sucking it, and she did the same daggone thing. And now she likes peppers all on everything. It's like, okay, stubborn kids. But yeah. I did prep some of my garden for producing food for stuff. The guy that you gave me the channel for, something or other LLC. Soilworks LLC.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching some of his videos, and he's been talking about getting sugar into the soil and stuff. And the one area that last year the stuff really wasn't all that flavorful coming out of it. I got a 25-pound bag of cane sugar, and I spread about half of it out there and rototilled it in. And some of the plants are coming up looking a lot greener and growing faster. And so
it's got to watch out for the ant population.
No problem with the ant population, because the chickens are coming in there scratching that soil up all the time. And so it's going to be, the dandelions are going nuts in that area too. Before I planted anything in it, the chickens were eating down the dandelions. They don't eat the dandelions down anywhere else. Don't know. They talk about, if there's enough sugar in the soil, the natural sugars in the soil, the food grows better. The one of the things they did is they did on alfalfa field, they brought the sugar content level up by using that soil tester thing, brought it up a little bit. The farmer said his amount of manure went down by like 10%, and the amount of alfalfa that the cattle were eating went down 5% because it was healthier. They were getting more out of it. And it's like, okay, yes, this guy is right. So I'm starting to put some in one of the planters that I've been adding more compost to this year to plant in next year. Those are going to be the ones for my my Mediterranean peppers that I have that are sweet and mildly hot. That the kids when I grew them last year, the kids were just eating them because they weren't very hot, but they were sweet and they were good. So we'll see how that goes next year when I get the peppers to planted in that area.
Well, I wonder what happened if I threw some, made some like just simple syrup sugar water and put that in with my my blueberry plants or crap, any kind of potted plant.
Yeah, mix them up with a little Mr. Spray bottle or whatever to.
I don't want to spray the leaves. I want to get it in the soil. So
yeah, in the soil you just spray it around the top of the soil, and then you water it. And it should wash it down into the soil. That should work great that way. Yeah, it should help some plants better. I got to do the same thing. I got my son sent me up some 2 5-pound packages of coffee that had, he said, put it in the garden, So I'm gonna try adding, smashing up the beans and putting it into the soil to lower the pH. And hopefully,
don't even grind it up. Just sort of beans in whole. They'll last longer and it'll be a slower uptake.
Yeah. Well, I want to try to get it a little bit.
Beans, they'll deteriorate. The worms will eat it and probably be all caffeinated and shit.
Well, I'm going to put some. I've already put some whole beans in it, but I want to smash some up so I get a kick to lower down the pH because the boysenberries. My wife brought up love a 4.5 to 5.5 pH. Well, the soil here is much more up, but I'm going to. I've tossed them in there, but they're not reacting, so I'm going to smash them up and put it in there and see if the blueberries work. Because if I can get the blueberries to grow up in this high pH soil up here and get the soil down for them, then my wife will bring more boysenberry plants up here, and we will start having boysenberry jam.
Cool.
So that's the thing for there. So the apricot trees don't care about the pH up here much. Not with the overload I got for the peaches and apricots last year. I got the wind, the weather here screwed us big time. We had a warm spring. The blossoms all came out. Trees are all up. Bees are starting to hit it. Then we got the 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, okay.
All the blossoms were gone, and then a couple of them that I saw little things starting to do their thing, and then we got a freeze. And they just
you got the wind and a little freeze. We got the week's worth of on and off frost, which wiped out most of the peach and apple orchards in my region.
Yeah, the apples though, we got apples forming and we got cherries forming.
Good.
The pears, peaches, and apricots, which were covered in blossoms, gone.
Yeah.
Cherries came out, blossomed out about 3 weeks behind the other three, and the apples about 3 weeks behind the cherry. And the apple trees have, which get the brunt of the wind around here, actually have apples set.
Oh, good.
So yeah. So we're right now the apple trees are still small. I mean, I planted them. Last year was their second summer. This is their third year. I planted the first year, second year. This is the third. So, and I got big pots, not little ones, and hopefully they do good, good enough that the grandkids are happy with them. Because that's one of the main things we got them for, was for the grandkids to eat. Yeah.
I don't love it. Just sprinkle some hot sauce on it when you slice them up. They're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm not sure how soon Tammy's going to be back here, but let's see. Coming up here tomorrow. There's Tammy.
Look at that look.
Tomorrow on Grayman, my other channel, Grayman Prepping, the topic is sheep pox, the rabid variant. The first one, three years ago, they had sheep pox, the most contagious out there, and I'm doing sheep pox, the rabid variants. For all those sheeple out there that just go along and don't do any research of their own. Thursday night is the Midnight Ride on Grayman Prepping. Next, so Friday here is your garden ready for a drought? Saturday on Grayman Prepping is once they force crypto on you, what are your plans? And then next Monday here is best ways to store. Next Monday is best ways to store your harvest part 2. And if anybody has any suggestions of topics for us to cover on Mondays here, either email Tammy at rebelcanners@gmail.com or fire it off to me down here. Here's my email down there, camppattonfamilycompound@gmail.com. And yeah, I have some spaced out all through the year. I did the count. I need 10 more to finish off the year and make sure we have enough topics for the full year. So yeah, if you have any ideas, folks, we're glad to hear them and address them. And is
Yep, spent coffee grinds, tea leaves, fruit, veggie scraps, leaves. Yep.
Interesting thing I found out: the amount that used coffee grounds lower the pH.
Not much.
Not much. Undone coffee beans, we just grind them up or just put them in there, lowers it a lot more.
Yeah, I have a lot of cans of I have Maxwell House. I forget the name of it. I got it really cheap a bunch of years back. Maxwell House Max. Yeah. It was like 1.5 the caffeine. I used some of it and then we kind of forgot about it. I probably had like 30 cans. I think I paid 99 cents a 1 pound can I opened one up. I was like, oh, hell no, it's horrid. And because it's so old. So I've just been dumping at my mulch pile as is raw. So I'm sure that's doing fun things with my pH in there. I don't know where my pH is in the soil. I rarely ever even check it.
Yeah, I checked the soil here in Basalt, Idaho. It got up to a dark green, which is about 8.5, and went beyond dark to darker to black. Oops. So I figured I'm about a 9 to 9.5 pH here, because we're right on top of volcanic rock and stuff, and saying that's all alkali stuff. So yeah.
Oh, goody, good timing. It's just starting to rain here. Awesome.
Starting to rain.
Yep.
Now we hang on. Let's see. We don't have rain showing up until Sunday. Oh, Saturday night. We got a 30% chance of rain, and then Sunday we got thunderstorms and stuff coming in. Oh, wait a minute. Monday is mostly sunny again. So that's going to be a hit and run storm front coming through this weekend.
Yeah.
It's perfect planting weather because I'm getting rain every other day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some nasty storm just missed us. Is now all over DC and Delaware. It's like purples and bad stuff.
Yeah. All right, folks. So we're going to wrap it up here now. And again, if you have any comments, email them to Tammy at rebelcanners@gmail or camppattonfamilycompound@gmail as well. All right, everyone. Have a good night. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping for Tactical Tuesday.
Yep. Have a good night.